Picture yourself in a crowded, neon-lit sake bar in Tokyo. The menu is a wall of kanji you cannot read. The waiter approaches and asks for your order. You feel the pressure, but every bottle looks the same. You want to sound confident, but you just say, rice wine. You probably think all sake tastes like plain white rice. This is the biggest myth that keeps beginners from enjoying sake. If you keep guessing, you will waste money on the wrong bottle. You might order a heavy, earthy sake when you wanted something light. Stop guessing. I am a certified sake sommelier and also a pharmacist. I use science and logic to show you the safe way to choose. Once you learn these 3 words, you will never feel lost again. In just a few seconds, you can identify the perfect bottle. You will describe flavors with the precision of a professional. You can find the ultimate pairing for your favorite food. One visual so you can decide fast. This video is your shortcut to mastering sake. While living or traveling in Japan, the auditor's blueprint, identifying the aroma source. The most important rule is to identify the aroma source. As an auditor, I look at 3 variables: yeast, rice, and time. Think of these as the 3 pillars of sake vocabulary. Today's conclusion is built on 3 simple, evidence-based rules. Rule 1. Use fruity for modern, yeast-driven Ginjo styles. Rule 2. Use Ricey for traditional, grain-forward Junmai styles. Rule 3. Use aged for rare, time-evolved Koshu styles. Watching this will transform you into a confident sake buyer today. Here is the safe way. Rule 1. Look for fruity when you want that elegant, flowery freshness. Most people are shocked that rice can smell like ripe banana. As a scientific auditor, I do not believe in magic. I look at the chemistry. In Ginjo brewing, specific yeast choices matter. Cool, slow fermentation also matters. Together, they boost fruity esters. These esters are the secret molecules. They can make rice smell like apple, melon, or pineapple. One visual, the aroma rule map. It shows 3 clear audit zones: yeast fruity, rice grain, time-aged. The auditor's decision guide, safe default. Look for the word Ginjo or Daiginjo on the label. Say this: I would like a fruity sake with apple or melon notes. Pro tip: do not let your nose trick your tongue. Fruity describes aroma, not necessarily sweetness. I analyze the data, so you can enjoy the experience without the guesswork. Let's look at how Rule 1 fruity works in real-world cases. Case studies. When to go fruity? Case 1. Maya wants a crisp, refreshing drink for high-quality sushi. A fruity sake can bring a clean, bright balance to raw fish. Case 2. Luca wants a gift for a wine lover. Rule 1 can feel familiar because it is aromatic and elegant like a fine white wine. The sweetness trap. A common sensory error is thinking fruity means sweet. Scientifically, aroma and taste are on different axes. The truth: a sake can smell like ripe melon, but finish crisp and bone dry on the tongue. Your safe decision protocol. Safe default. Always look for Ginjo or Daiginjo on the label. Say this: I would like a fruity sake like melon or apple. Today's action? Go to a shop. Find 1 bottle with Ginjo written in English or in kanji. Rule 2. Embrace the soul of the grain. When light just isn't enough. Have you ever felt your sake simply vanish when paired with a rich, savory meal? Sometimes, a fruity profile feels too light or thin to stand up to heavy food. In those moments, as an auditor, I look for the power of the grain, the aroma profile. Choose Ricey for the comforting, rich smell of steamed rice or toasted cereal. The comparison. Fruity is your elegant white wine. Ricey is your rich craft beer or a hearty, warm soup. The decision rule. If you want crisp refreshment, go fruity. If you crave something hearty, bold, and warm, choose Ricey. One visual, the style comparison. It clearly maps out why fruity belongs with seafood, while Ricey is the heavyweight champion for meat dishes. Stop guessing. I use data to correct common misconceptions. Let's look at how Rule 2 Ricey functions in real-world scenarios. Case studies: when to go. Ricey. Case 1. May is looking for a sake that can stand up to the bold, savory flavors of fried chicken. The structural power of a Ricey profile provides the umami synergy needed for fried foods. Case 2. Noah wants a sake that doesn't just endure heat, but actually tastes better when served warm. Ricey aromas flourish at higher temperatures, releasing deeper notes of grain. The cheap sake myth. A common error in judgment is thinking that a Ricey aroma means the sake is cheap or old. As a sommelier and pharmacist, I can confirm this is false. The truth. Riciness is a deliberate premium design choice. It represents the brewer's intent to showcase the true quality and flavor of the rice itself. Your safe decision protocol. Safe default. Look for the word Junmai and check the polishing ratio Seimai Buai. The target. For a classic Ricey experience, look for a ratio where roughly 70% of the rice grain remains. Say this: I want a rich sake with a strong rice aroma. Today's action. To calibrate your senses, smell a piece of plain bread. This helps you identify the cereal notes that define a high-quality, grain-forward sake. Auditing a menu in a busy bar is a high-pressure task. To ensure you stay confident and avoid wasting money on the wrong bottle, I've placed a simple one-page cheat sheet in the description. It summarizes the 3 pillars of Aroma and the safe defaults, so you can make evidence-based decisions in seconds. I analyze the passage of time through the lens of molecular change. Here is the refined, engaging narrative for Rule 3, designed to bridge the gap between pharmacy and the glass. Rule 3. Use aged for aromas like honey, soy sauce, or spices. The pharmacist's perspective. I look at the beauty of slow chemistry. The process. I analyze the oxidation and Maillard-like changes that occur over many years of patient maturation. The analogy. This is the exact same science that makes toasted bread smell so irresistible in the morning. The visual evidence. You can see the audit progress as the clear liquid matures into a stunning amber or gold color. The sensory evolution. The aroma profile migrates from fresh, vibrant fruit to the deep, heavy notes of dried fruit and nuts. One visual, the aroma timeline. This graphic tracks the journey from green apple fresh to honey and spice mature, so you can audit the age of a bottle just by its scent. The decision protocol. Safe default. Ask the staff for koshu, which specifically indicates long-term aged sake. Say this: do you have any aged sake that smells like nuts or honey? Today's action. Try pairing a single drop of soy sauce with a nutty, aged sake to witness the umami synergy in action. I use data to correct common misconceptions. Let's look at how Rule 3 aged functions in real-world scenarios. Case studies when to go aged. Case 1. Elena wants to find the perfect partner for dark chocolate. The deep oxidized notes of an aged sake create a luxurious dessert-like synergy. Case 2. Kai is looking for a sake, bold enough to stand up to the complex spices of curry. Only the structural intensity of Rule 3 can handle that level of spice. The at-home audit. The temperature shift. The setup. Pour some chilled Ginjo sake into a glass and take a deep breath. The first audit. You'll likely detect those fresh, fruity esters, apple or melon. The experiment. Wrap your hands around the glass to warm it up for a minute. The result. As the temperature rises, notice how the fruity smell often transforms into something ricey. The science. This happens because different molecules become volatile or take flight at different temperatures. The warning: aged versus spoiled. Do not confuse a high-quality aged aroma with sake that is simply spoiled or old. I check the molecular integrity. The truth. Good aged sake smells like expensive maple syrup or toasted nuts. It should never smell like wet socks or damp cardboard. If you are ever unsure, simply ask the staff for an audit. Your safe decision protocol. Safe default. Ask for koshu, which specifically means long-term aged sake. Say this: do you have any aged sake that smells like nuts or honey? Today's action. Try pairing a single drop of soy sauce with a nutty aged sake to witness the umami synergy in action. There are 3 things to remember before you go to the shop. First, dry and sweet on the label describe taste, not aroma. Second, follow the storage instructions on the label or from the brewery. Usually keeping it in the fridge is a safe way for fresh sake. Third, every brand has a slightly different balance of these words. You might find a bottle that is both ricey and fruity. If you feel confused, always show the waiter a picture of a label. Please enjoy sake responsibly and stay safe while drinking. Before you go, if sake still feels confusing, that's normal. Most beginners guess and end up disappointed. I want you to feel calm and confident with sake, so you can enjoy the moment, not the label. On this channel, I explain sake in simple English. As a certified sake sommelier, I share practical tips you can use today. How to drink sake, how to choose sake, and how to enjoy it even more. So if you want to feel confident with sake, please subscribe. And if this video helped you, please hit like and leave a comment. Tell me what you're eating today. Sushi, yakitori, or something else. And I'll tell you the safest taste word to try.
Thank you for watching Sake Visual. Subscribe for more visual sake guide. And now, kanpai.